Describing it as a crime. What do you do for a living? I drive fast and disregard the rules of the road on my way to break into people's homes and cause immense water damage. Afterwards I tear down their ceilings and drywall and leave without cleaning anything up. I will never look at firefighters the same. Oh, I though they were a plumber. I spend somebody else's money. Purchaser/buyer. We have a winner. I help people circumvent copyright. I get them loads of free DVDs, books, CDs, games, and even help them get into parks, zoos, and other venues for free. Don't pay to go to that museum or baseball park. Come see me first. All you have to do is ask, and I can probably hook you up with any media that's come out in the last 100 years for free within a couple days. What to look up something you don't want your mom to see? Come and see me. Trying to sue your boss? Come and see me. Want to recall a politician, or overthrow the government, or learn loopholes to not to pay your taxes? Come and see me. No questions asked, ever. I don't need to know what your job title is. All I know is that I need to be your friend. Librarian. I help other criminals avoid jail. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. Chewbacca does not make sense. I heavily drug and paralyze people while wearing pajamas. Anesthesiologist? Yep. I'm making sure that the thousands of dead bodies stays in the ground without anyone complaining about their placement. Grave digger? Sort of. Graveyard caretaker, but we do everything from cutting the grass to digging graves. I go to people's houses, cover our faces, strap them down, put them in a big truck, then bring them to this large building with lots of diseases and make them go in. First responder/EMT. Yes, EMS. The legal way to take people from their homes. Prepare and hand instruments to someone to cut into a unconscious person. I stand next to you and awkwardly do absolutely nothing. Fellow medical student A. Let's cry together, brother. Force children to stay in a small room to do paperwork without paying them. Teacher. Not just a hobby. I hold pets hostage and poke them with needles and only return them if the owner pays me. My husband does the same job a little differently. He diagnoses pregnancy by sticking his arm up their butt. Did you have to run away after telling him you're expecting a baby? First, I spy on things using lenses and optics to get the best view. Then I try and grow what I've seen, once I've got them to grow, I experiment on them, see what is best to kill them. When I know how best to kill them all, I dispose of the others by burning or steaming them to death. Microbiologist? Yes. I clean the messes left behind from sloppy henchmen. Janitor for an adult theater. Maintenance associate at Walmart. I sneak into people hotel rooms while they're not there. Maid/housekeeping. Close. I work maintenance. I hold children captive while I force them to listen to my annoying voice for hours every day. YouTube streamer? I wanted to say teacher, but yours is more likely. Pretending I care about people's day so I can peddle them useless products. Mom? Pancakes? Bribe people to teach me information useful to my plans for making a hefty profit in the future. College student? Yup, called it. I forcibly hold animals down and stab them with sharp objects filled with drugs. I'm a vet tech too. For a living we stab animals with sharp things. Stuck tubes in every orifice imaginable. Put someone else's blood in them when they don't have enough of their own. Look at little pieces of them under the microscope and then put them to sleep and wake them up again all day long. I have a retired research beagle. She literally loves the vet because she's working and wants to get a treat after. Even the vets are like, if something was wrong with your dog, we wouldn't be able to tell because she lets us do anything to her. Once, they poked her over and over for a urinary sample on an empty bladder cause she snuck a pee when going to the car and I had turned away for 10 seconds. I heard a yelp from the back room at the vet and thought poor pup. It was because she was so excited to come back to see me in the waiting room she knocked over a trash can and startled herself. not because of their uncomfortable unsuccessful procedure. I carefully go into people's backyards and remove bits of their natural setting, while attempting to leave no evidence that anything ever happened. Gardener, lawn care, dead body hider. I live off the hard work of 2 older people, paying nothing in return. Kid, as a child I find that offensive. I force people to eat and make them strip, so I can wash them. Elderly caretaker, or lotion applier of the dark wells. Getting people ready for BBW porn. I just capitalize the market, so I get skinny people into the scene for continued business XD. It's not this either, XD. I access private patient information, and manipulate their medical records. I've probably seen your butthole, too. Hahaha. Thanks for checking. I thought something was wrong down there. Rest assured, I'm very pleased with what I see. I work for Comcast. If you're as good at avoiding the cops as Comcast is at avoiding their customers, you'll be just fine. Comcast don't avoid their customers. Well, not until after they've sent a rapist alone to check your cable box. I ensure that the highest leaders of the world's most dangerous killing machine always have open, functional lines of communication. You maintain the hydrophone at Shark World? Bingo. I extort old people. They give food, shelter, water, clothes and an education. There is an age limit though. I love that the only 2 answers to this I can think of either A. You're a child, or B. You've got a sugar daddy. I'm a child. Dismember bodies and sell the meat for consumption. Butcher? Yes it. Not me, but someone I know sells drugs. Pharmacist? I prefer the name drug dealer. I look at the data provided by our customers and check to make sure all of the private information is accounted for. I'll listen to recordings of phone calls I wasn't a part of, and read emails not addressed to me. Facebook employee, call center quality assurance specialist. Make profit off other people's savings. Banker? Nah, that's more like. I convince people to give me their money and keep it safe with a smile, but actually charge them monthly and put limits on how much of their own money they can take out. Then I lend it out to others for profit. Go to a building and vandalize paper. I'm a student. Didn't really know what to put. Edit. For online school. Trespass on someone else's property without their consent and sit at a table while I wait for instruction from an older person on what more to vandalize with nonsense no one really cares about. I'm a student. Theft of taxpayer money. Edit. Holding old people hostage until they tell you everything. Edit. Holding old people hostage until they tell you everything. You do that at work too. We wouldn't have to if the old people would write documentation. I take children away from their parents and give them back when unpaid. What do you do when they refuse to pay the ransom? Blacklist them with my agency. I'm an on-call nanny. They pay me through the agency, so if they don't pay they will get blacklisted, and my boss usually warns other small agencies not to work with that person either. It's never happened to me, but another woman said that what happened when she was refused payment. I'm involved in a money laundering scheme in which I funnel tens of thousands of my money through a legitimate institution. After a 4, hopefully not longer, year process, I get a piece of paper with my name on it. College student. I stalk kids and leave before their parents come home. Uncle Frank? Yikes. I drive sealed containers of customer orders to undisclosed locations to be unloaded. Trucker? You got it. My body stole genetic material from my husband's body, spliced it with my own, and now I'm in the final days of gestation before bringing forth a hybrid which I will then brainwash through nurturing, education and systems of reward to espouse the same moral and ethical code I follow. Neat and also scary description of parenting. I was about to say this sounds like something from Alien. I calculate the exact bare minimum amount of material that is required to build a bridge, so contractors can maximize profits while they make a structure that barely doesn't fall down, killing hundreds. anymore and can design a bridge that will stand up. But it takes an engineer to design a bridge that will just barely stand up. Perfection is achieved, not /0 when there is nothing /0 more to add, but /0 when there is nothing left to take away. I move large quantities of money between bank accounts without consulting the account owners. Wells Fargo? People call me when they need something taken care of, apostrophe. Pest control? No. Obviously a hitman. Defraud US taxpayers by working on bloated Defense Department contacts. Wow, you didn't even have to change the description. I gather all kinds of personal and confidential data, like passwords, account numbers, SSNs, etc., from individuals and businesses, and then I use it to access their accounts, change stuff around, and even file official forms, as though I'm that person or company. For example, just this past year, I probably filed taxes as over 100 different individuals. Sometimes I don't stop there. I'll get their children's information and file as them, too. The businesses are the best, though. I take their information, pretend to be them, and then bill them for it every month. They just keep paying the invoices. The suckers. Tax accountant. I forcefully drag needles along people's skin with ink, so I can put my art on them, and they have to live with it forever, even if they're in pain. I don't stop. Tattoo artist. Arguably the least impressive guess in this whole thread. Carrot. I still upvoted though, because I like the enthusiasm. I get paid to visit people's houses at night without waking them up. Santa. The description of Santa's job. Stalks children the 24th of July 365. Keeps a list of children's names with marks for which children are naughty. Breaks into people's houses. Steals their food. And leaves a bunch of shit in their living room. I take people's money to give them a slow and painful death. Job. McDonald's cashier. Take large amounts of children from their homes to a central location to be brainwashed educated. Bus driver. I steal from 7/11 edit during the football season. Kids would pay me to buy them candy from the 7/11, which was a 10 to 15 minutes walk from school, but I figured I could make more money from not paying for an item or so a trip. I did it more for the rush than for money, but I earned enough to eat at school every day, so I have no regrets. Your job is being literally everyone then. Almost too easy for me. I have massive quantities of coke shipped into several locations, where they are then distributed by many salespeople. You work for Coca-Cola. I destroy the environment to enable people to do further destruction. Human being. Who off? People pay me to make sure their servers don't have an accident. Ah. The ad mafia. So powerful. So feared. I lull people into a false sense of comfort before stealing the hair from their head and face. I torture people by making them do intense physical exertion. Sometimes I even restrict their diets to exclude things that taste good. Personal trainer. Considering my job is illegal in 39 states, this is easy. I sell mind-altering drugs to others who will, in turn, sell them to users. But I still pay taxes, so. Weed farmer. I'll lurk in a dock and building all night watching people on my secret cameras. I do this as well, but it is several buildings and a vast area of open land. And I also have motion sensors set up in strategic locations to alert me when I'm not alone. I serve strange mixes of ingredients to innocent children before they all leave and never return. I'm a chef in a scout camp. I force instruments into kids' hands, make them play it for hours in my room, and hours at home. If they choose to not take the instrument home, I contact their parents. If they take it home, but still don't touch it at home, I contact their parents. I even make them learn to take care of this instrument. And I contact parents when they don't, so that hot cross buns intensifies. I control the masses with sound waves that make humans suggestible to violent crimes and drugs, mostly drugs. I promote promiscuous sex to further disease and unwanted pregnancies. I try to brainwash people and would love for millions to follow me, making me the most powerful, influential person on the planet. Sometimes I incite riots and revolution. Yeah, no. Along with a bunch of other stuff. I'm a hip hop musician among other things. Lol, this was fun. This just reminds me of Handlebars by Flobbits. I can lead a nation with a microphone. I rule the world by typing in a language only a few understand. Only a few would understand. Definitely a peril programmer. Indoctrinate children with facts. Reddit mod. He said facts, not filtered clickbaity truisms. I take high grade organic material and make people eat it all while taking their money. I keep a low profile wherever I go. I'm a forgettable character, which helps because I erase any evidence that I was ever there. Me on Tinder. I trick people into telling me intimate details about them, then hold them hostage until they pay me. They seem to like it. They come back every 2 weeks. Therapist. I show up to people's porches and leave behind food I didn't pay for. I butcher live animals. Blend their flesh into a soup. Add caustic chemicals until their proteins, fats and carbohydrates are melted away, and all that's left is DNA. Then, I steal their genetic information and sit at a desk and analyze their family history. I see chew at people, then poke their teeth and gums with my sharp noisy instruments. Other times I completely remove it and replace it with metal. Screw into their jawbone. I steal your kids right out of your driveway and take them to the place they hate most on this earth. I have 5 minutes to con people into become my hostages as I drug them into a completely paralyzed sleep. Take over their body functions, breathing, heartbeat, temp, etc. Closed bracket comma. And I control when and if they get to wake up. I work with a guy who likes to cut people, but he likes to keep them alive for later. So we do business together. I run around playing ding dong ditch and deliver drugs. I sell insurance. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.